Heyo, welcome to Channel 64 Chats, a monthly podcast with a rotating cast of Channel 64 members that we have made into this community event, later to be posted on the Channel 64 YouTube as a sort of low-key podcast. For anyone watching on YouTube, this was recorded live in the Channel 64 community Discord, so if you want to hang out with us in the chat and ask questions, make sure you follow the link below to join us. And for those here, we are so glad you are. We've made this a Discord stage so that we could share our screens with you, as well as allow you to be able to chat and ask questions in the stage chat. So feel free to do that, and we will get to those at the end. So everybody, what have you been up to lately? Nothing much, right?
Nothing much, just the usual things,
things
pretty casual.
Just a usual month with,
editing,
the end of one season, the beginning of another. A small
Nothing else
thing
happened.
called Minecraft Championship Rising.
Two?
It's been a month. It's been very busy, as well as keeping up on Channel 64, like all the social media and all the things behind the scenes. And then I think a couple of us had vacations in there. Somewhere in there, I met Peeporp in real life. Like, it's been insane.
That just happened. Like it wasn't a thing. It's just like, oh hey, I did this, and random poster. Oh yeah, cool thing happened. Okay, bye.
It's been crazy. It's been an awesome month. I am so happy that it is starting to calm down. Because there's definitely nothing else due this week.
Yeah, nothing. Not at all. Totally not. We're totally not all working insanely hard.
Yes. So we'll go into meeting recap. We discussed the shopping district, Nether Hub, and a potential holiday district. So we assigned leadership roles and all that. And so those things are in really good standings for this season, as well as a stream day hopefully coming up. I cannot promise the dates yet, but since you're here, you get the first glance. It will probably be roughly the 16th. Somewhere in the middle of the month is usually what we shoot for stream days. But there's also the potential that we do a few more stream days. So we'll see.
Eyebrow wiggle, eyebrow wiggle.
Eyebrow wiggle.
Eyebrow wiggle, eyebrow wiggle.
So let's get right into it then. Binnish, I think it's only fair that you start the discussion in regards to the applications.
Yeah, sure.
How did this come about?
Oh boy. So okay, I think it was Leone who posted the thing originally, and at that point, I had only been. Oh wait, where's the camera? There it is. I had only been in. I had only been in the SMP like maybe a few weeks, maybe 2 weeks, something like that. So, oh hi Avondale. So like I immediately after it got posted, I was like, please somebody team with me, please someone team with me. So we got a little group together, and I think with the meeting that we had to like design it was probably like the third time I had ever talked to these people. So yeah, like I was thinking about it, like just how far we've come. It's been so much fun. So yeah,
I think I have a note here that says Binnish speedrunning Channel 64 ?
Yeah, pretty much. and then it's not true. It's tur because I can't spell. It's tur. But so we got our little team together, and then my first script was a mess. So I brought it to Peep, and Peep was like, "You can do better than this. Let's make an Atari commercial." And 16 hours later, we have our beautiful masterpiece. Nobody has noticed this. Okay, nobody has noticed this yet. Nobody's commented on it. Nobody said anything. There is a stray arrow sound that plays during Aerington's part, and it bothers me every time I watch it, and nobody has noticed it. But there's an arrow that plays like 4 seconds too early, and it bothers me every time.
What if you pointing it out was the difference between us making it into MCC or not?
Like, oh,
yes.
Ooh, actually, we're gonna have to retract that.
Yeah, we're gonna take that invite back real quick. Okay, thanks.
Yeah, no, and then so from there it's just, let's see, getting into MCC Rising.
Well, I want to preface it like, so after we made the video, I was basically saying, well, okay, there's literally no way we're getting in because there's going
Yeah.
to be thousands of applications. So I'm just going to go about my day now and
Yeah,
work on the rest of season 2.
I don't know about the other. I had fully lost hope. Like we had been, at least I had been obsessively like watching other people's applications and being like, "Oh, we totally got this. We got this. We got this." And then like a week went by, and I'm just like, yeah, if we haven't heard anything, we're probably not gonna get in. I think like the night before we found out,
No one's
like,
reviewing it. You don't see any like.
Yeah, like
nobody
when we
watched
got
our
the
video.
email,
Like nobody reacted to it.
Yeah, nobody
At all,
reacted to
like,
it. Nobody
from
saw
what
it.
From what I know.
When we got accepted, it had less than 300 views. Like
Yeah.
I had lost hope. Like the night before we got accepted, I was just like, yeah, I'm just gonna go back to doing normal things. We probably didn't get in, and then we wake up the next morning, and it's like, oh my god.
Yeah, I mean, to be completely honest, I didn't have hope from the start. I like Loki and I are there like, man, we've got so many things to do. Like we are the supportive ones on the crew, but also cool. And it was fantastic. So we actually have Avondale in the chat from the Noxcrew team. He says that they didn't even watch videos for like 8 days until after the applications closed.
We were stressing out for no reason, really. Like they probably hated it and they haven't even opened them yet.
They were just chilling. They're just it's fine. And we're just like vibrated, just like sweating for like a week.
For a bit.
Yeah.
Someone was watching them, not just not the team. That's fair. Yeah, and then we got the email of getting in, and I think we've talked about this a bit before on it's the MCC show, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah. The MCC
we
show
talked about it.
So
making the rounds.
Yeah, well, I know we did a bit of our MCC season 3 starting press tour.
We did a press tour.
Yeah,
we did a press tour.
That's what it feels
like. We're looking for all we can.
Which, now that we pointed out, though, we kind of did that with the Withering Effect podcast on season 2. So this just might be the new standard.
This is what we did now.
New season starts. It's not stressful enough. Let's add more social media stress tour.
Next time,
let's make it harder. This is fun.
Yeah,
but
season 4, we're gonna have
worse.
a whole red carpet event.
Oh please, wait, that'd be so fun though.
That would be amazing.
Like the Oscars at the end of season 3, and like launching into season 4.
An award show.
Yes.
I'd love to have an award show.
That'd be so good.
Right, because we had the end of season world tour in there too, an event for the community Discord to hang out and check out the world, and it's been insanity. But
dude, sitting in there and not being able to say we're at MCC was pain.
That was frustrating.
That waiting period was absolutely the most painful thing. That was the hardest part, I think, of the whole experience. Is more like having to hold it in and not explode. It was awful.
Oh yeah. We had a monthly meeting.
It was torture.
Like we were definitely very, very good at not telling people. Totally very good, and nobody knew, and it was totally a secret, and nobody knew at all. It was Yep.
Absolutely.
It's over now. We can't get in trouble.
We would never say on the record that we told anybody else in Channel 64 other than us four.
Exactly.
No.
Because that is the appropriate way to do things.
We're professional.
On the record.
We're gonna get kicked out.
Sorry.
No, we're banned from MCC.
There goes all.
Oh no, our records.
Went down the drain, man. Oh no, you're 56th place on the leaderboard.
Oh no, 37. No. Who's gonna take it from me?
No.
Now that said, we did not go completely blind. We did train as best we could.
We did.
In hindsight, we probably should have trained some more PvP. I guess I had hoped that more of the unplayed games would have got in, or the ones that we couldn't.
Yeah, we were really holding out that PvP would not happen. We were really counting on the PvP games not being played.
You can't trust it. You can't trust those chickens. I
can't trust
I told you
Linko.
from the start.
I'm so salty. You can't trust Linko. Oh, I'm so salty. I'm so
Well, I
salty.
mean, there's no amount of training that would have even like been enough training anyway. So
Yeah, that's true.
Mm.
we
Yeah.
did what we could.
We
At
did
the
our
end
best.
of the
We did pretty
day,
good.
yeah, it was making the best with what you had and having a good time, and we had
Yeah,
a
I
great
mean, like,
time.
already we were at like somewhat a different. Sorry, hold on. Jesus. We were at somewhat of a disadvantage, just because like I know these people are married and have children, so like there's other priorities besides MCC. You know what I mean?
I was
So,
very
like,
confused at that statement.
I just mean like there's other things that we all have to worry about when there were a few other teams that are full-time streamers and kind of were able to hop on and train all day every day. So
That
like
is very true.
yeah, I think we did good. We had some really fun training days. It was fun. And besides, half the games that were played we couldn't train for anyway. So like it was a good time to meet a lot of the people and like learn the games, learn how to move a little bit, just kind of get it under wraps and yeah, we did our best. I think we did pretty good.
Plus, we got to have a strategy session with Cub Fan from Hermitcraft.
Yes, that was
who
awesome.
then
That's true.
shouted us out yesterday on his stream, which is fantastic.
And
So
look, he's totally not freaking out about it. Totally
no,
not
not at
freaking
all.
out.
Definitely
Totally
not.
fine.
It's totally fine.
Totally fine. Not
Totally
phased.
fine.
Just a normal Tuesday, you know. Yeah, no,
fine.
that was wild.
Yeah. I really want to
was
be able to play
crazy.
Sands of Time. Well, boy, do we have a story for you.
We'll get onto that. We'll get onto that. We'll get onto that in a bit. But we also did. Me and Binnish did also get training from CPK as well.
Oh yeah,
That
we
is
did.
awesome.
Yes,
And by training from CPK is he hung around for a little bit while we played dodgeball. He went off and did ace race.
Yeah.
He tried to get the ace race best time on
Which
ace
he
race.
then
That was
did
our
get the
training with
leaderboard.
CPK. He did get the top of the leaderboard, and he was
His
like, "Oh yeah,
training
I'll
was-
teach you how to." Yeah,
His training was I'll
leaving
beat you
us.
into the ground and you'll be better.
Yeah.
You'll be better for it, you know.
Yeah.
Let's see. So what do you think the best bit of training we got was? What helped you the most when you were playing the games?
I got really good
think
at
it was
parkour
really-
tag. That one was fun.
I think the best part of the training was getting to know everyone else and see where everyone else was in terms of skill level and like even just getting to know people and have fun, because I think the event was amazing. But I think the formative memories will be getting to know the people on the practice server, just hanging out, kind of just learning about each other. It was truly a great experience.
Yeah, just being able to meet some awesome content creators and like make stuff in the future is just a super awesome opportunity. I think I think it was the first day of training when we got in VC with Lagundo, and it was just like he just went full like dad mode and was like, breathe, okay, you got this, breathe. Like that was super fun. Like
Or even just on the training server with a bunch of people that like, you know, the trainers and the other content creators. I mean, it was just fun. Like, oh hey, there's somebody I see all the time on on these streams.
Just
Hi.
casual, just a casual Philza cameo. just like,
walking past
oh
you now.
hey, yeah,
Just walking past
like, oh yeah, this
Martin.
is the most normal thing that's ever happened. Totally.
Yeah. Hey Martin, how's it going? Just walking past it.
Yeah.
I'm not getting screenshots. I'm a normal person. It's fine.
Yeah.
Say cheese.
We tried to be so subtle about it. We're just like at one point Philzo got onto to train like dodgeball with somebody. Just like, I gotta get on there. So I logged in and me and Chaos were just watching from on top of the chicken. Like we were just staring at them. Just like, oh, we're not looking.
Aggressive breathing.
Yeah.
All right. So do we want to get into the individual games?
Yes, because I have a thing. So somebody did VOD review and pointed it out. We had almost zero sand. Like, so, okay.
Well, that's not fair because, like, I watched other VODs too, and there was a bunch of sand up at the top where the Sphinx was, and I didn't go up there. So there's like
Well,
6
sure.
or 7 things of sand up there.
But so
Whoops.
in 4C's VOD, 4C missed, I think it was 6 sand in total. They went through, like, hyperanalyzed, counted all the sand that he missed. And they were like, okay, now we gotta watch Binnish's VOD, see if he missed any sand. And I didn't miss any sand. I had 3 sand on the whole path. The whole path, there was only 3 sand. So we didn't do bad. We were robbed, I promise. I swear we did good.
Do you want to say that right into
we
the
are
microphone?
talking about Sands of Time, by the way. Sands of Time. This is
Yes.
what we're talking about first, because it was the first game.
Sorry.
And we were all very scared. We were all hoping that Sands of Time would come a little bit later on in the game, because we kind of wanted that to be one of the last ones.
It would,
Sands of Time finale would have been so cool.
It's such a mix too, because it would have been such a benefit to our team, but also morale-wise, we would have been ran to the ground by the time we got to it.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, Sands of Time was our best performing game. And it was the worst Sands of Time that anybody has ever seen.
No,
ever.
second worst. There was only one that was worse than us, and that was the one that where Sands of Time was introduced. There was only one that was worse than us.
Oh, fantastic.
That's
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Well, I mean, it's introduced to us for the first time, so that's fair.
Yeah, that's fair.
exactly.
And I don't think that any amount of like VOD reviewing from anyone else can really. I want to preface this at the start now, just so we don't have to say it for every single game. It's a lot harder than it looks.
It's
a
so
lot harder
hard.
than watching it.
I would like to point out, Avondale, that we didn't pick it; the chickens picked it. So I can't
It was the
control
chicken.
chickens.
The chicken's fault. Pete
The
called it from the
chicken.
beginning.
It was the chicken's fault.
The chickens.
Hadn't even had time to say it.
You all voted so early. Yeah, that's true.
We did, yeah. Oh,
And-
we were. Yeah. It's so hard because, like, you can train as much as you want, but, like, you get in and then, like, no, you're suddenly very aware that, like, collectively between the 4 of us, there's probably over 100 people watching us. We're in an event with huge, terrifying people. Like, we're in an event that we've been training for weeks. Like everything goes blank. Like, you forget the most basic things. Like, I panicked when the Sands of Time, like, countdown timer for the sand to start counting down. I panicked at that because I forgot that was happening completely. I knew exactly what it meant, but I just forgot about its existence.
Right. I think Avondale's pointed out that the game that you play 8 times is the Decision Dome, and none of us
Yeah.
prepared for it. It's
Yeah, we
very
weren't
true.
ready.
Yeah, I whiffed
ready.
the first 2 chickens.
You
I whiffed
did.
them real
Yeah.
bad.
Poor Peep standing in the corner with his with their
Yeah.
chicken.
If Sands was like
Yeah,
a
just
middle
punching
game,
it.
we would have killed it, but we were just freaking out. Also, the generation for it was very, very hard. Like, I think I
Mhm.
don't remember if it was a Noxcrew person who said it or if it was just another like VOD watcher, somebody who just said that the generation was funky.
Well, I think I mean, always hindsight's 2020. So I think like where we could have improved on some of the stuff is like if it's a parkour puzzle or something like that, maybe skip that or something like that, or
Yeah.
we could have just gotten more sand and more coins and just tried to do what we could. But I don't know, it was still fun.
Yeah, I think there's some
like,
spots
watching
that
it back.
we could have got further down hallways and stuff, and we all stayed a little too surface.
Yeah, watching it back, like there's so many just such face palm moments, and I'm like, I can't. Why did we do things that way? Oh my god.
I think it's because I think a lot of us were too scared to leave like the center too much because of the lack of sand, so we didn't really.
But you could also argue that that was the
they were
best
too
choice.
scared to delve in. Yeah, exactly. But like that's I think what halted us from being like the best, but also like it was a help to us. So it's so hard to gauge, especially if you're just like watching. It's so hard to like pick up how to do it just from watching VODs. It's like you really just need to be there to kind of understand the mechanics and understand how stressful it is.
Yeah,
Just
it looks so
to be
easy,
there.
and like you can like
Mhm.
a horror movie, like don't go in there, don't go in there. But like being in it, you just don't know what to do.
That said, though, man,
Yeah.
like that game alone is so inspiring to build
It's
a
such
mini
a-
game. Like
yeah.
I absolutely want to build that on an SMP. Like
Mhm.
I'm just like itching to do it. That may not be a season 3 thing, but like for sure that is
It's so
something I
good,
want to
though.
do.
Yeah, I think the only part of
Yeah.
that I was really proud of was my pit escape. Like I for sure thought I was dead, but I
So
crawled out
wait,
there. Basically, so
Didn't die, did you?
I didn't die. No,
I just
so
remember
there
you
was
screaming, "I dead, I
Yeah.
died,
Yeah,
I'm
I'm gonna
dead."
die. I'm gonna
Yeah.
die. I'm gonna die.
So there was 2 spawners that were spitting out pillagers at me, and then above there was husks that were coming from a spawner and then dropping down into the pit of like the stuff where I had to do parkour to get out. But as I was trying to do the parkour to get out, I kept getting shot and dropped down into the pit with all the monsters. So I had to like, and they were just coming from all sides, and I like just barely got out with my life. So
I
that's
think
the only part that I was proud of.
one of the things we did mess up pretty universally is torches in the offhand. I think we got
I
better.
did
I bet torch,
Yes.
my
Did you?
torches were in the offhand.
Yeah, I
Okay.
just kind of forgot
It-
to use them. at
Just
some
me and
points,
Peep
but-
then.
Yeah. H-Bob chastised me for not using torches in my
Mhm.
offhand.
Yeah, I just got to spawners and broke one when we started running out of time, but had we gone any further, the fact that I didn't have torches in my offhand would have made a big issue for myself.
Mhm.
I think also we would have done, honestly, we would have done so much worse if we hadn't talked to Cub beforehand and he told us, I think the best piece of advice that Cub gave us was, if you can't do a thing within 10
5
or 15 seconds, leave.
5 seconds.
Leave. Yeah,
Mhm.
5 or 10 seconds, just leave. And I
Yeah.
took that very much to heart. And that's the thing that people
Yeah,
that
the
are
piston
reviewing
parkour.
might say, oh, that was awful. But they were like,
Mhm.
oh yeah, okay, good. They left. That was what they just leave it and not just move on. I think that
Mhm.
was one thing that we kind of I at least took in my stride when it came to the advice that Cub gave.
Yeah, definitely.
So do we have any leftover sand facts?
Yeah.
Yeah, is there any-
I'm sure I do. To find which, where are you, Sandfax? It's in
Gotta
one
start
of
digging.
my. Oh, wait,
Digging
there
through
they are,
the
there they are. Let's
Yes.
see. Oh, yes, here we go. In about
Buried
30
treasure.
deserts around the world, there's a strange yet unexplained phenomenon known as singing sand. When the wind passes over the dunes, or when the sand is disturbed, it produces a deep humming sound. Scientists believe it's due to the vibrations of the sand grains. There's your sand facts.
That is
Very nice,
horrifying.
very
I love
nice.
it.
That's terrifying. That sounds like start of a horror movie, and I hate it.
All right, so
The
let's
sands.
we got 8 games to get through, so let's keep moving. Grid Runners,
Yeah.
our second best game.
Yeah,
I
we
had
did
Second
fun.
okay.
best
at
game,
it.
I
yeah.
like this one. I love mini games, so it's fun.
That was our best clutch. That was so good. Oh my
Mhm.
gosh.
Yeah, we did
It
okay.
was that was such a rush.
For as
Yeah,
bad
that
as
one
we
was
are
the adrenaline from that one.
for as bad as a lot of us turned out to be at PvP, we all did pretty good with a bow when the target didn't move.
Yeah,
So-
that's very true.
Um, If
Target
people
shooting
would just
good.
hold still during
shooting bad.
PvP, we would have been fine.
Exactly. Come on,
Yeah.
guys.
Come on, turn-based combat. It's,
Yeah.
Turn-based, there you go.
Yes, that's what they need
you
at
just call me?
MCC is turn-based PvP.
Stand still,
We're
I'm
the
trying to
Final
hit
Fantasy
you.
14 raid.
Yeah. Oh, man.
Yeah, I think that's where our teamwork shined, our communication. We all kind of had a general idea of enough of the games that I was really happy with a lot of that.
Mhm. Honestly, I don't really remember most of it. I like I just blacked out. I remember the pig one and then the crafting one, and I don't really
Yeah, that was
remember
one
any
we
of
did
the others.
really well. I
So
think that was That crafting one was the one that saved us, honestly,
Yeah,
because we were
yeah, I
so
think so.
I
in tune
remember
with
all
each
of
other.
them. So the first one we had was turning the lights on, and it was in that parkour
That was the
thing
one that
I think that
where
was
I
our
struggled
worst.
to get up. I struggled
That
to
was
get
our
up to the
worst one,
door
yeah.
because of parkour. Like the lights thing weren't necessarily a problem, but the getting to the door for some reason for me was a struggle.
Oh yeah.
Then we had the slime, or not slime, the honey drop arrows, the target shooting that we had that. There was also the other target shooting one. I think it may have been right after it too. I think it was two like
Yeah,
different target shooting ones. We had the pig pole one. There was the golf where you had to knock somebody using a knockback stick into 4 different holes.
I can't see Loki.
The piston
And
bridge.
then, yeah, the piston bridge one. There's also kill the mobs. So that was one that we played as well. The crafting one was another one.
We didn't really
And
get on
then
that one.
I think that was
it.
it.
That was where we caught up.
Realizing the mobs couldn't hurt you helped a lot. I was way too timid and did not realize that we just had to bash them.
Mhm.
I thought we were trying to stay alive as well.
Yeah, this is kind of unrelated, but like the coolest thing about like watching about MCC kind of in general, I think was really good in that game. Like, everybody like near the end, everybody was cheering on green. Like, and I feel like you don't see that in a lot of other esports type competitions. So it's just super nice. Everybody's like, "Go green, you can do it! Come on, Brazil!" Like it was just really like it was just really sweet. Everybody was like hyping them up, and I thought that was really fun.
Absolutely. The community around this in general were immensely supportive, even outside of the range of the event. There were very few things said on Twitter or anywhere that made you feel bad about getting in or anything, because we realized that we were one of the smaller creators and ones that were just lucky to be there. But there was very little lashback or anything. There were a lot of people making tweets, being supportive, and I think on some level, people were excited to see the small content creators, and were appreciative that it was mostly small content creators.
Yeah. Yeah, I know the night before I was freaking out because I was going to be live while the announcement happened. So I was like, I need mods. There's going to be people so mad at me. You know, like I took so many cool people's spots. And like I finally got a mod, and then they showed up and literally had to do nothing. Like it was just like it was just so chill. Everybody coming in, congratulating, and it was incredibly nice.
Yeah, the only thing I would probably do differently had I had a chance to do things differently outside of the games is I would have streamed on Twitch and not YouTube. Is what I would have done.
Yeah,
yeah,
that's why I did. That's why I did it for the training. Because Twitch is so much better for a community than YouTube.
Yeah,
with
it's
raids
Raid
and stuff
City
like
over
that.
there. It's just,
Yeah.
it's YouTube. YouTube's like, hi, all 2 of you. At least one of you's Cub fans, so that's fine.
Yeah, that's fair.
We'll take them.
One of you's Cub fan.
No, it was quite a few views on the YouTube during the event, at least.
Yeah.
But,
yeah.
but,
Well, and at
yeah,
the end of the day, it makes it
from people was
Cub fan.
He came in chat. That was like I was not expecting that. That
no,
blew
I
me
wasn't
away.
expecting it either. Honestly, it was so sweet. But the support was so amazing. Like I was honestly expecting some sort of backlash, but there really was none from anyone. People were just really excited to see like the little guys like us actually be there, because I remember there was a people tweeting beforehand being like because there was so many like big YouTubers that applied for Rising, like Smallan and Jimmy's here and stuff like that. They all applied for Rising. And people were like, if these teams get in, it's not a proper Rising. We need to see some small creators. So it was kind of validating when we did get announced and people were like, this is so cool. They're small creators. This is actually really sick. But then also people from like the Twitter space that don't actively follow us recognizing us. We got
onto the tier list.
The tier
we
list.
got to the tier list.
I mean,
yeah.
Most of them been like, I saw their profile picture once, but still.
Yeah, but still, it counts for something. We're recognizable.
It's this recognition, you know.
And just
it's
to be fair,
eventually
though,
like, oh hey, I recognize you.
just to be fair, though,
Yeah.
there is a side that we totally understand as well. Like, you have to get some bigger names in there too to balance it out and
Yeah.
to get that hype. Obviously, Sandwich Lord and some of the bigger names, like that makes sense, and we get it. But I think they did a very good job at diversifying the teams, diversifying their content.
At one point, I had somebody come into my chat and ask me, for some reason, being like, how does Peeporp feel to be the first non-binary content creator in MCC? And I'm like, wrong on a lot of levels, but still very sweet. Like I can think of like 8 people with that game before Pete, but still wholesome. Like I get the sentiment.
Yeah.
It was
very sweet.
Yeah.
All right, so let's move forward in the games bit.
Oh yeah, sorry.
Okay, yeah. We went back a little bit.
Yeah, sorry.
We'll reel it back in, and Meltdown.
Grid Runners was very fun. Thumbs up.
Grid Runners was
Meltdown was very not fun. Thumbs down. No, it was fun. We just it was just tricky. It's another PvP one that we weren't. Yeah.
I think morale rise for me, the biggest thing was to feel like I improved even on the smallest of levels. And by the end of Meltdown, I at least was like, oh, okay, I understand this game now. Like we rushed the room at the last one and we improved. So I mean, that's all I can ask for at the end of the day. And I realize that's coming from one of the lower tier players here, but I'm like, that's all I could ask for is feel like I was improving each time.
So I can explain. Fall wants somebody to explain what happened during Meltdown. Like the actual game, like how it's played, or just like what we did, because what we did was like we tried our best and ran around. Oh, just how it's played. Okay, so when it starts out, there's basically a grid of rooms, and as the game is progressing, the rooms on the outside start to literally melt down, like they fall apart and just kind of crumble away. And there's these security doors that go down. So what you have to do as time goes along is you have to keep moving towards the center of the map. And along the way, you have to pick up coins to basically get a higher score, kill other teams and stuff like that. But so it's getting more intense as things, go on, because the map is slowly melting away all the way to the center. That's basically Meltdown.
Yeah, there is a really sad clip where my morale was getting low, so I was trying to be funny, and I put my sunglasses on because I was just like, whatever, I'm just gonna have a vibey time, and it made it so I couldn't see that the people in front of me were yellow and not orange, and I was just like, oh, my friends will just stand next to you, like, yeah, you're people I know, and they killed me, like, oh, you're enemies, oh, okay, and it was really sad. It's just like holding my heater in my hand, like walking by all of your dead bodies, like,
as it goes, just walking by dead bodies.
Yep, as one does.
Peep, any thoughts on Meltdown before we move forward?
It was a lot of fun. I felt like a SWAT team. It was great.
Yeah, I agree.
Did not enjoy getting team wiped by the Yogscast, but
thank you, Avondale.
Yep. A massive shout out to Avondale for hanging out in the chat. Avondale is one of the I want to say, like,
moderator?
The community.
No, they're part of Noxcrew. I don't remember what the role is necessarily.
They have community management tag and not in the Discord. So
so when we
big important person.
So now that they're gone, we can talk about them. So
we did tech check with them. That was fun.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
Like, talk to them.
We get to meet and chat with Avondale right at the beginning and do tech check. That was fantastic. It was a lot of fun.
Crushed us in Ace Race, by the way.
Yeah.
I got last. But I'd never played it before, so I guess that's fair.
Okay, let's move on to survival games.
Well, that was
it was bad. Let's move on.
All right, let's move past survival games.
I mean, survival games is basically what it's like. It's Hunger Games, basically, but not.
Yeah. So the long and short of it
Yeah, we did
is we
bad.
kind of went into it hoping to hold out, because basically that's the thing. You hold out as long as you can. And we just kind of, it's partially luck and where you end up, who you run into, how aggressive they're going to be. And we got
We
ourselves,
just happened to be next to red.
yep, we got ourselves
Oh,
cornered
yeah.
and wiped out pretty darn quick.
hmm
Um,
It was comical.
yeah,
It was.
yeah. Watching
the word, I
other
guess.
points of view, I didn't even realize the person that killed me because I thought somebody in front of me killed me, and they just came in from the side and just, it was brutal.
It was brutal.
Watching back the
It was
footage, I think
brutal.
the best thing that happened is I found a toilet and was like, "Oh, look, a toilet!" And I thought it was hilarious.
Yeah,
That's
that's
it.
true. He did find a toilet.
That's it. Because I've
Best
been
moment,
watching
best
through everything in shorts format to start putting out some of the shorts I can. But all right, so I would say one that we had the highest hopes on and mediocre performances, but maybe I'm just speaking for myself. Ace Race.
I did have a lot of
totally
that
didn't try to
grinding was
break
for
a berry
nothing.
bush. I totally didn't try to break a berry bush. Totally not. Totally not. Totally not. Totally not.
I-
Totally not.
Bye.
No, I had a lot of fun with it. I just got stuck on the very last lap. I got stuck in a trident spot to get up on a ledge, and I
Mhm.
missed it a couple times, and that caused me to lose 5 spots. But other than that, I
Oof.
got where I thought I was gonna be, kind of in the pack, and it was fun. It was a lot of fun to play. Like honestly, I really liked playing that.
Yeah.
There's a lot of skips watching like other VODs that you could have taken that would have been cool too, but I mean it's fine.
People accidentally doing the bridge skip was so funny.
Mhm.
There was who was it? It was somebody did it on
Wade
accident and
Box.
thought they broke the map, and so she jumped down.
Yeah, I know Wade got it.
It was very impressive looking.
It relied on the map so much more than I expected. I thought, okay, I got decent at some of the skills, but the map itself, like if you don't know the
Yeah,
map,
just
you're
knowing
still struggling.
Yeah. I had such
It's-
a good time just because I turned my music up so loud and I just put my sunglasses on and just fully zoned out. I just had a
Nice.
blast, just like
And that's why you started going after berries, I guess.
Yup. I don't want to talk
Maybe-
about it. I don't want to
maybe
talk about it.
don't wear
I don't wanna
glasses.
talk about it. It's just instinct. It was just like, oh, I got stuck on a berry brush. Let me smack it. Like,
that's fair. It is another one that I felt like I got better with each lap. And so again, that's where the morale was like, I feel okay about it because I feel like I did improve each lap. It wasn't good. I did bad. I'll fully admit that. I did bad, but it was fun.
It was a blast. Absolute blast.
All right. Rocket Spleef Rush.
Woo.
I thought I was
gonna
gonna
We did
do
better than-
what? Yeah, I thought I was gonna do better than I did. I didn't do as good as even in practice.
I did better than I thought I was gonna do.
Same.
I was the complete opposite.
Same.
I was like, I'm gonna be absolutely trash at this. I mean, absolute trash.
Binnish
And
carried.
Oh yeah.
Finished definitely with the carry.
Yeah, I think I got top 15.
Somebody's watched Phil's way
each
too much.
round. Yeah. Pretty much. I was getting like super like sensory overloaded at that point, so I just deafened and was like, all right, I'm just doing the thing. I'm getting quiet. I'm just gonna do it. And just being quiet for a second and feel like I'm able to actually play the game right. But it was I really want to play that game more. It is so fun. I really hope they add it into MCCI. Like it's such a blast. Like, oh, it's so much fun.
That would be awesome.
Mhm.
And then Build Mart.
I really thought this was gonna be a
Build
strong
Mart.
game.
I
Yeah.
personally,
I think I know
feel
what
like
I blame
happened.
the fish.
it
I
was.
blame the fish. The fish gave everyone trouble.
You can.
That fish.
Okay, I haven't watched other perspectives, but you can blame the fish, but that's on me. I should have double checked. I should have taken more time. That is my biggest disappointment. I felt
think-
legitimately bad about my performance in Build Mart. For all
you're
of all
fine.
of the morale
You're-
that we kept, like which is another thing that we should tack on to the end here, is just talking about general morale throughout the event. But like, I felt bad after Build Mart.
Yeah, that one was sad. I think
was
what
rough.
happened is like I think there was the assumption that I was supposed to get every block, and so I was like trying to get every block, and like we were all supposed to go and grab everything, and I'm like, okay, what do we need? And everybody gave me their entire shopping list. And I'm like, I can't. What? And so it's just
I
like
went out and got
everybody
stuff
got
as well,
really
but yeah,
overwhelmed, and just like we were
it
just freaking out because we didn't know what to do.
that's the word I would use. Well, it was very overwhelming.
Yeah.
There was a lot of stuff that you had to keep tabs on.
Yeah.
And there was like the time limit as well. It was just it was overwhelming.
I think that's the one where we could have improved our time a lot by pacing ourselves and slowing down and just focusing more on getting the accuracy. At least I could have, for sure.
Yeah, I want to try it again because I feel like we could do so much better. It was such a cool game.
It was.
So from there on to the
I
last
spent
game.
like a minute trying to figure out where Snake Eye would go. It was ridiculous.
The last
I didn't
game,
even see it.
Bingo but fast. It was great. Really pulled us
It was
from
amazing.
the bottom.
Yeah,
that's how
really so much
No.
fun.
That's how we got into
Ah.
dodgeball.
Yep, we pulled
That's how
out
we
from
won
the end.
MCC.
Yeah.
No. So unfortunately, Bingo but Fast was not the last game. As much as we had hoped, I really think that could have turned the game around for us. Not around, but
Yeah.
like we could
we could have
have.
gotten to 6th.
Yeah.
Well, we weren't
Yeah.
supposed to play that instead of survival games, but you know,
Yeah.
some people had to intervene.
Some people. By the way, that's Celestial, not actually.
It's fine. We're fine.
not
Everything's
actually
fine.
mad
We're
at
not
Bingo.
salty. It's fine, Linku. It's
It
fine.
is a funny clip.
It's fine,
It is
Linku. It's
It
really
is a-
funny.
At the end of the day, it's for the
Guys, I think I
content.
made a
It's a bit.
mistake.
It's a bit.
I
Okay.
love that clip. That's like, it's just like, guys, I think I made a mistake.
Yeah, I think I have made a mistake. Everyone was so mad. They're like, "What have you done?"
But they
Oh, it
survived
was-
for a really long time. So
yeah,
I mean,
they did
for
so
their
good too.
for their game, they actually did great. So
Yeah.
but the actual final game was Battle Box.
I tilted so hard at this. I was so like, because I was like, immediately went into it. I'm like, okay, guys, we're probably not going to do well in PvP. Let's try the wall rush. And they're like, no, let's take it slow. Let's give it a shot. We immediately get wall rushed first game, and then we're like, okay, we'll try it. We'll try
No,
doing
first game we
PvP.
won. We won our first game.
Oh, that's true.
We won
That's
our first
true.
game.
First game we won.
Ooh,
I think it was the second
forgot
game
about
we got wall rushed. Loki clutched the
Yeah,
first
take-
game. That was really good.
Oh,
Take
yeah.
that, Yogscast. Take
I
that.
remember that.
Take that, Yoggies.
Hey.
Yeah, yaks. Yak, yak.
We love the Yogs cast though.
We
But then
do.
We're like,
There were
trying
5
to do
Yogs
PvP.
in MCC, so you know it's fine.
And every round, I'm like, let's try the wall rush. It's really fun. You know, we're not doing well. Let's out. And they'd be like, no, let's do PvP. And then we'd get wall rushed. And I was just sitting there like, see, it works. Please.
I know it's mixed opinions, and I know it worked, but it felt so icky to be wall rushed.
It's supposed to
I'm
be
proud
no,
not
it's
to
felt
supposed to
have.
be like
awful.
half and half.
It was. I would have rather gone down with and not do cheese strats. It felt bad to be on the receiving end of it when it
You're not-
happened multiple times. Just like it just did not feel like good sportsmanship to do that. But I think also this was our last game, and we had kind of been beaten down by like survival
Yeah.
games and stuff, and that was when morale was kind of at its lowest. So we
Mhm.
really didn't like have an advantage or whatever, and we knew that it was gonna, because BattleBox was the game that we hoped wouldn't get in.
Yeah,
Because
we were
it's
praying it
available on
wouldn't get
MCCI,
Yeah.
so we're like really don't want to do this, and it happened. So we were like, all right, okay, fine. I guess we're gonna do this on our last game. There's no
Yeah.
coming back from this. There's no improving. It's gonna, and I think that as bad as it is, I feel like like even though we shouldn't have, I feel like it was inevitable that we were gonna have that mindset.
Yeah.
I think it was kind of like the last straw.
Yeah. I
The
very much
straw
went
that
into
broke
it
the
like-
camel's back.
Yeah, I think we went into it very differently. Like I went into it like we're in 9th place, we're not coming back. Let's let's screw around. Let's do stupid things now.
That's
And so
fair.
I'm like trying to be like, let's do the stupid roll rush. Make it like cracking jokes. And they're like, we gotta PvP. We gotta PvP. We're on the left side.
Gotta go out with dignity.
Hey, it's funny and stupid. Good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Binnish, let's go out with comedy, and we say no, dignity.
Yeah. Oh my
No,
God.
I think that's probably a good roll into morale in general, though. And I will say, I think I'm really proud of us. I think we did about as well as we could expect. Of course we hope to do better. But overall, like, I think we held on till the end, and like you said, aside from that last game, which it's reasonable, it's fair at that point to be a little upset, but I still think our content didn't suffer. The time in general didn't suffer.
Yeah. Honestly, this is kind of off topic, but there's a really old MCC video. It's the SBI team with Philza, Technoblade, Wilbur, and Tommy. And in that video, you can tell how annoyed they're getting with each other. And I was watching back the VOD to start editing, and I'm like, this gives the exact same vibes as that SBI video. Because like there's a couple moments where they're like, would you shut the so I'm excited to edit it because it's gonna be a really, really funny video. But like, yeah, everybody was incredibly stressed, and you could very tell like we were very overwhelmed, but we did our best. We did our best.
I'm a 2-hour streamer, and that was 3 hours.
Yeah.
But no, I still think overall in the end,
there was just
like,
a lot going on.
Yeah, we did great. I guess from there we're on to the aftermath. What does it feel like leaving an event from like that? What did the next day feel like? And I know this is I don't want to linger on this too long because this is the dark side of such an event, but
yeah.
I want to be honest. That's what Channel 64 Chats is about, is the behind the scenes, and like here's what it is. And I don't know who wants to go first.
Well, I streamed the day after.
How?
Because
Insanity.
Yeah, how?
Well, mostly so.
Distraction.
So I yeah, kind of. But I talk with Dadish, my dad. I call him Dadish. I talk with him a lot about like, because we both consume a lot of content, Minecraft and otherwise. We're kind of geeks. So like we talk a lot about analytics. We talk about statistics. What's a good content move. So he kind of was like, if you need to be able to carry over like people from MCC, if that makes sense, and this is in the sense that like there's a chance that people who were at MCC would want to come back and watch my stream later. So I didn't want to have like too much downtime, because I wanted people to be able to recognize my name from MCC and be like, oh, I know that person's cool, that kind of thing. So the day after, I did a hardcore stream, and I saw some people that were in my chat during MCC, so I think it was 100% worth it. Like,
oh, it's awesome.
Just seeing some people come back and just kind of like winding down, talking about it, covering some of the things. The game is like answering a few questions. Like it was a really fun like a de-stressor, like to just kind of unwind from everything, just kind of getting back into the groove of everything. Because like, yeah, it probably would have helped. Yeah, it probably would have helped like my mental health and just like my general existence to rest that day. But I am really glad that I streamed, just because like being able to see everybody again and like almost like continue a community from a cool event like this was 100% worth it. So like it definitely, I think if I didn't stream, it probably would have felt a little bit more like ending with a whimper, so being able to kind of hold a little bit of the momentum so that it's not just a giant crash, if that makes sense.
Yeah, that is a fantastic answer. You should have went last. Loki, how'd you feel?
What?
No, no, I don't want to throw you on the spot like that. So the other side of that, it was rough. I mean, I'll be honest, you don't, at our size and scale, like, I don't know if that was the best thing that I've ever done and ever will do, or if that's just the beginning, you know? It's such a mix of emotions as well as like the stress of the day and what that was, and it's a lot to leave that and know that, you know, I mean, one, there's just the disappointment or like how you did, you know, whether
Mhm.
you're happy with how you did or you wish you'd done better, as well as just, I don't know, there's strange emotions after an event like that, for sure. I guess that's
I
the
Yeah,
would
main of what I've got.
yeah.
Yeah.
I would say like for me it was and I've kind of gone back to this before, so it felt exactly what it felt like when I had Tango on my SMP at one time. It was like this incredible, like exciting event, extremely stressful, and then afterwards you kind of have that void that kind of
Mhm.
fills in, that you need to somehow fill in with something. But with this, it was more of like, it's exciting for the event and stuff. And you still wish you did better because you don't get that same attention that the other top teams did. You're not going to be on any top 10 plays list. You're not going to be on any sort of like highlights reel or anything like that. Nobody's talking about your team because you're in the bottom like two teams. Um,
Yep.
no one's talking about any of the plays that you did. There's no highlights whatsoever. It's all the focus goes on these other teams, which is fine. They deserve that. But at the same time,
Absolutely.
it's like, I was in this like huge event and just nobody cares. Well, I mean, there's people that do
That
care. I
that
mean, obviously you're on a tier list and stuff like that, but like the best I could do was just try to stay active social media wise to, an absurd extent. But I have to still go back and go and edit and do my season 2 stuff, which is really where I split my focus during the week anyways. Um, and it's just it's tough because it's also, while the community that we were with, we're still trying to stay active and like participate and stuff. You also like think like this is my only chance to get in front of these people, like to make an impression that like they're like, yeah, sure, come on in and join our inner circle over here. All those lucky breaks that everybody else got years ago. It's like that stuff doesn't
yeah.
happen very much, and this is our opportunity to have one of those lucky breaks. And it's like, well, did I make the most of it? Like you start second guessing yourself about everything. So that's where it gets like kind of tricky. And I mean, it's like just a toxic thing to think about, because there's people that now know your content, but like it's there's a lot of people that treat it like sports, like especially MCC. They treat it like sports. It's all about stats. It's all about who they think is going to win and whether they were right or not, and all that stuff. And that's all they care about, is they treat it like sports. And if you try to follow that going up into it, like especially seeing like where people think you're going to place, it's not good for your mental health, I guess.
Yeah.
So for me, like right now, like I'm not focused on it too much, but like I do see, and like I said, like I'm not like trying to like come down on the people that, Lime Llamas are great. Like I think they're a great team and everything. It is still kind of painful to see like all these like how I won, and like look at all the things, and hey, let's praise this person, and it's like let's completely ignore these other people that also participate in the event. Not even necessarily just us, but like there's a lot of other teams. So um
And a
yeah,
lot of
it's
this
it's
is,
hard coming.
sorry, go ahead. You can go ahead. Well,
Oh, I was gonna say it's hard to go from like, that kind of focus where like, oh, people are making fan art now finally, or like there's, we're getting skins made for us, like that's so cool, like, and it go from that to like nothing. It's like,
Yeah.
oh, this is what it feels like to be like up into that like type of level of content creator, but now you go back to your place.
Yeah.
and I
It
mean,
felt. It felt. It was. it, sorry. It felt like we had such a high. We had such a like. Everything was so good, and we had so much serotonin, and that kind of all got stripped away in like one fell swoop. Like to pull the curtain back a little bit, we have a group chat for our team, obviously, where we talk about the event, stuff like that. The day of the event, after the event happened, we were all so excited. We were all, that was amazing, that was incredible, that was probably one of the best days of our lives. did you see how many people were there? That was so sick. I'm so proud of us. And then the next day, when it stops and
Silence.
you think about it, and the thoughts come from the back of your head. That was really rough. It was really rough to go from like the highest, potentially one of the highest moments of our careers to another day of just being us. It was kind of like a really weird like punch to the gut, where it's like, is this ever gonna happen again, or like, is this did it affect us whatsoever? Is this gonna be like a turning point for us? But we didn't do as well as we hoped to, and people aren't really talking about us. People aren't really like giving us the same amount of attention or the same amount of appreciation that they were when we got announced. And it was kind of like that radio silence afterwards that was really jarring to like, especially my mental health, but I suppose I can speak for the rest of us, where it was like we were very proud to get there, and we were very much appreciative of like everything that happened. And then after all of the hubbub died down, we wish it could continue, and like we wish like that things would carry on, because it's like there obviously was camaraderie between the teams, and everyone was like really social and really like together, and it's like obviously when an event like this is going on, that's really important, people talking to each other, and then it just like kind of stops, and that kind of camaraderie, it dies down a little bit, and people like Loki said, like people like just didn't talk about us. Like we weren't mentioned in anything, we weren't mentioned in any like the Reddit threads, any of the tweets. People were like, oh, these teams did so well, they did so good, and like we were like not even on the table when it came to being discussed, which was like it was really demotivating for like a couple of days. And like I took a step back. I think me, Loki, and Aerington both took a step back just from the whole content creation thing, just for like the Sunday to process things. And it was really there was a lot of things to process, a lot of highs to process, but like that's just human nature. You like focus on the negatives. It's like you without even meaning to. It's really an awful dichotomy. The serotonin adrenaline crash. It's such a dichotomy for like in comparison to all the hype that we were getting, and all the thousands and thousands of likes that the announcement tweet got, and all the replies of people saying congratulations, or the people coming into our streams when we got announced and saying congratulations, and like, and it's hard to think about that ending.
And
that and
it feels like being at a red carpet. Sorry, no, it feels like being at a red carpet and being asked questions, the camera's flashing, whatever, and then Beyonce walks in. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You're not like, it's not to say that anybody deserves anything less than, or to say that like or like we're ungrateful or whatever, but like there like it just happens. There are people who get looked at more than other people. Yeah, like
absolutely.
For me, so like to pull back the curtain even farther, I have ADHD, and I had been, at the time of MCC, I had been off my meds for about a week. So that whole week had been like just sleepless
mania.
nights of genuinely mania, just trying to like basically scrambling to try and hold on to everything that is coming out of MCC, like put out shorts and videos and all this stuff, and frantically like trying to find like a way to shove my name in there, to shove Channel 64's name, like to try and just it basically, I felt like it was like clawing my way into the chats and like, hello, I'm funny too, so like it's very hard to kind of describe that low without like sounding ungrateful. But like we've had an incredibly special opportunity but just dealing with that like emotional crash is like it's overwhelming, and so it's hard to kind of just go back to normal after like it kind of probably a little bit delusionally, but kind of telling ourselves like this is it, we've made it, telling ourselves that we've done everything there needs to be done, and then it's like, oh
Right.
wait, there's still more work. What do you
Yeah,
mean?
I mean, it's not even necessarily like that. I think like it's more of just like the emotions that you have about it. It's not necessarily the reality of things. And certainly, like I'm now like this week, of course, been pretty easy to focus on like, okay, well, what do I need to get done now? I need to get my season 2 finale done. I need to start season 3 stuff. Getting all that squared away. And so it's easy to kind of put it in the past at that point. But at the same time, certainly trying to keep ourselves, for me, it's harder like to make those connections, with community and stuff like that, and to try to engage people to like, collab and stuff like that. I'm more of kind of like, hey, you want to collab? Yeah, sure, okay, I'll do it. Like,
Yeah.
with like random people, like it. I don't know. So I'm glad that like at least it seems like for right now, the people that participate in MCC do want to collab with each other. So we'll see what ends up coming of that.
Yeah, I think we would have had a much harder time dealing with this if we didn't have the start of the SMP. Like I feel like we all would have just felt like we were drowning, just like, what do we do now? But because we've had the start of the SMP, it's easier to be able to kind of just dive back into work and making creative things, and like just fully like zone in on making some epic stuff. Like for me, I've been trying on Twitter and stuff, and when we did at the end of MCC, I was basically like, y'all, if you like QSMP or Dream SMP, if you were stands of that in the past, come watch us, we do lore, like if all the lore frogs, come watch us. So like just try, because like those people who get make the fan art and the saddest cinematics and the Wattpad crazy fanfic, whatever, like that kind of, like the people who get really into lore. Like I've been trying like on Twitter, just trying to be like, hey, look, we do cool. Hey, look, sneak peeks. Look what we do. Hey, but like just having that.
You want
as, like,
some lore? I got your lore here pretty soon.
Yeah,
Lore,
yeah,
get your hot
Loki,
lore.
dude. Loki's will make you cry. Just saying. Loki's finale is gonna make you
It's
cry.
taken me a long time, but it's gonna be worth it.
Yeah, to kind of rein things back into the happier side of things, like again, that was the first kind of like right after the event. What happens? How do you deal with that? Like I think like Binnish said, we've got the start of the new season. There are plenty of things to do. We just had our meeting today, and now we're here at chats, and we want to do a play soon. We're going to do a stream day soon. There's plenty of things to throw ourselves back into, and the motivation is there just as much as ever. And it was an amazing opportunity that we are super happy with. I think I'd like to hope that the subscribers, the some amount that we did get, and people that we picked up along the ways are people that are going to enjoy our content. Because that's another thing that we thought of during the event is, like these, as Loki said, it's like a sports event in the world of Minecraft. So are sports fans gonna like SMP content? You don't know. Are they going to? Are all subscribers watchers? Not necessarily. But at the end of the day, we got our name out there. We got to hang out with some great people. Make some awesome connections.
Wade thinks I have cancer.
Interesting.
Very sweet, but I don't know why. It just happened.
But yeah, there's
like I feel like the friendships that we made, and the people that we spoke to. I feel like even though we may have not made an impact on as much of an impact that we wanted to make on like a grander scale with like fans, we definitely made an impact with other people that were in the event and people that watched us and remember us, and the people that we trained with and the people that we played games with. I think we did definitely make it. I'm an honorary Yogscast member now, so that I'm winning. I'm winning right now.
You have won.
That was a big that was a big full circle moment for me. Like unironically, like, I wouldn't be playing Minecraft now if it wasn't for the Oxcast. I wouldn't be playing Minecraft if it wasn't for Shadow of Israfel. Like, and that interaction with a company that has like brought me here to in front of all of you guys and like being a part of this, it would not have happened if it wasn't for some of the people that we played with, or like the company that they work for, whatever. It's you know, but like it's crazy. And now we're like in Discords with people that we've watched for years, and it's such a surreal like experience, and such a surreal kind of realization that we do matter as small creators. We do matter. We are making a difference, and people are noticing that.
Yeah, I think slowly but surely we are carving out our niche as hyper produced, like creative people, and
Quality
I
lore
think,
content.
yeah, like yeah,
Amazing
it's-
builds.
But even beyond
Yeah.
that, it's the friendships. Like all four of us are
Mhm.
legitimately friends. I can't even keep track of how many of the members of the SMP there are now. What, 13?
20 something
Plus,
20 something.
There's a lot, especially if
There's a
you
lot.
count supporting cast and all of it. There's a lot. But we all work together and mesh so well. It's fantastic.
We talk like almost every day and
Pretty
like hang
much.
out almost
Yeah, we
every
do.
day. It's like
Yeah, I can't fall asleep anymore without just like spending a few hours just listening to lo-fi editing in silence in VC with these people. Like,
Yeah.
that's just my evening
We
routine.
have
It's just
problems.
like, yeah. We don't have attachment issues. No, totally not. You know?
So to start wrapping things up though, what does this event mean for Channel 64 on a whole? So nothing. I mean, nothing and something. While nothing major is going to change, I think we're going to be a lot better about keeping an eye out for these opportunities. I think getting our name out there was huge. We had a blast. We met new people. And on top of that,
here we come.
like I said, like we said at the beginning, new season press tours, maybe. I mean, why not? It's a way to get our name out there right at the best time to join. Maybe check out some other Minecraft podcasts. I know there's a quiz show out there. There's CubedCon, which we will be at
Nice.
October
Nice.
6th through the
Brain
8th.
cell, the brain cell is working.
Thanks for calling me.
Can you tell we spend a lot of time with each other?
Yes. So speaking of where we'll be next, obviously first episodes of the new season will be coming out soon, as soon as they're finished and rolled out. We're super excited for that.
Some
There'll be
already are.
there are some
Yep.
fantastic
oh,
ones
there's
out.
some incredible stuff already.
The-
Definitely go check out the stuff that's already out there.
Yeah.
Yes, it is
Oh,
great.
what's CubedCon, you ask?
There's going to be a whole
Well.
new world to name, whole new starter area. But yeah, CubedCon. So CubedCon is a in-game Minecraft convention. Tickets are free, and I think actually we should probably announce that soon in the Discord. So I will put a link to that after here in the Discord, where you can get your free tickets. And basically, it is a Minecraft server convention. We will have a booth there that we have spent way too much time on.
It's very cool.
It is very cool. And so you'll get to go around in Minecraft. There's like balloons and stuff and t-shirts, and you can hang out. I think there's some mini games and stuff, which I mean, after MCC, we might have to check out some of the mini games this year.
We gotta redeem ourselves.
Yep. Or make ourselves look bad again. It is what it is.
Oh yeah, you know,
But-
one or the other is gonna happen.
So we're over time already, but I think we'll wrap that up. Reminder for anyone watching on YouTube, this was recorded live in the Channel 64 community Discord. So if you want to hang out with us in the future and ask questions, make sure you follow that link below to join us. We'll see you next time.